Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another week with Dylan Russell. This morning we are in Minecraft, and it is one of those to-do Tuesdays. Therefore, we will be getting some stuff done. As you guys are aware, I've got a couple of projects I wanted to build, but I think we're going to switch gears a little bit. We still need to mine for the mats, but it's not going to be copper today. I think this time we're going to double check and see what we've got in the docket, in the toolbox, and see if we can get ourselves a little bit of nether resources. Now, I can easily go to the gold farm for some of the stuff I'm looking for, but I think rather than heading there first, I do need some more netherite, so I'm going to give that a shot from scratch. Now, I recognize that I have efficiency 2 stuff. It's not great, so we're going to see about getting a little bit more of that. Try and see if we can get these up a little bit more. But we'll just see what we can pull off with that. And then, if we don't have a whole lot of gold by the time, or all that much gold by the time that we hit halfway point, then we'll just come back, smelt that one up, and take a trip to the nether gold farm to pick up what we need there. Because if I don't get the netherite today, it's not going to be, it's not the end of the world. Alright, so, I immediately promptly forgot what I was doing. Right. Need the toolbox to come with me. And let's see what we can get for... Oh, we only got 4 emeralds. Well, that's no good. Might as well take those ingots. Got some gold, but that's not going to work. Hey Zerk, welcome on in! You've come for one of the world's most exciting streams. We're going to be doing some netherite mining. Yeah, yippee skippy! So I've got... I hope you've been doing well, actually. That's more interesting to me, is I hope you guys have been doing well and that you've been nice and busy. Nice and busy. So the project I need all the gold for, suffice to say, is, you can see we've got most of the building done, but there's something missing. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Hello?
Botter Oswin. You fail. You fail. Alright. So, as you can see, the church has no bell. So we're going to make a bell, but I'm fairly certain that 26 blocks just won't be enough. So, yeah, being as I need the netherite anyways, then I will take a look at that. I'm not quite sure why it decided to try and shout it out that way. I have no idea why it did that. Things that my bot does don't make sense, just on the whole. Alright, so we need to upgrade the tools, because I'm looking for more gold and such. As you can see, my boots were short netherite, because that's after the last mistake I made. And then I don't have any emergency gear in netherite, and all my current tools are not upgraded. And where did I put the other box? I just took it down. Aha, there it is. Put that one back. Fortune picks? Why do I have that? Breaking fortune efficiency 3. I have no idea, but we'll just, yeah. I'm going to put that one away because we don't really need an axe to be going into the nether, and I've got the best ones here. Yeah, version 3 on the pickaxe now. It's really, we've got a couple of deaths. Which actually brings me to a bit of a minor announcement. I haven't got around to changing things on my screen, so I'll have to change the schedule. Let's put this one away. But I have decided that Wednesdays I needed to get back to Minecraft. That's what you're here for, that's what I'm here for. Wednesday mornings will still be zoo because I'm enjoying that, so that's great. Tuesday evenings will still be bingo. So tonight after this one will be a bingo stream. Oh, I guess I need to take that down. But Wednesdays evenings to start with will be Vault Hunters. I've decided to try a new style of bingo. I've been watching people for a while, and I was quite serious about trying to get into it based on where its current style was. But it looks like there is a new version of Vault Hunters getting released supposedly this weekend. So that'll be a perfect opportunity for me to jump in because they've overhauled so much of it that the old worlds won't be persisting, which gives me which gives me an opportunity to get in on the game. And so I've joined an SMP from one of the other lovely creators, and we'll just see how well that goes. So yeah. Oh, that spot could be trouble. Okay. Sure, why not? But that's the news. I mean, I'm far more. So as Lyric was here first, well, you certainly know, Lyric, that if your sister jumps in, she's going to try and redeem that ahead of you next time. Totally was here first. Yeah. Well, you're not that far in. I mean, it's only 12 minutes after. But I'm really glad you could drop by. So, Lyric, just since you weren't here, and just in case Zerk missed it, so we are going to be doing a bit of... We're going to do a bit of dumb trading to begin with, because I need more upgraded tools. I'm going to be doing some more branch mining in the Nether, which means that I don't take my beacon with me. And therefore, for your sake, as calming as I find Efficiency 2, it's probably not the world's best plan for the purposes of streaming. So I can't actually go with too much higher than that. Probably a 3, maybe a 4. We'll have to see. A lot of this is like XP based, but we'll have to see how high we can get the efficiency on some of the picks. The reason I can't go super high is still doing test runs and stuff with it. I have not managed to increase my ability to not overmine. That sounds weird, but yeah, I tend to overmine things quite heavily, and I would rather survive the Nether than end up in a lava pool headache. You know, I can run, but you can only run so far. So, yeah. So the overmining, the other disadvantage to the speed with efficiency for me is that then I just end up mining through. Ooh. Lyric, that sounds amazing. I'm looking forward to hearing all about that. Lyric was telling me that he bought the Titanic set, but he also got a couple of other free little sets with it. And I said, for all of them, progress picks. Progress picks. So I believe it happened. If there's a finish pick, I believe it happens. But it's not one of those ones where it's like, yeah, progress pictures, it never happened. No, not quite. Okay, what have you guys got? You got... Oh, right, you're the weapon guy. What, you? You the efficiency 2 guy? That's for 2. I think you're the 1, right? Efficiency 1 guy? 2 for 21. Okay. Yeah, for sure. And it's only Tuesday, which is great, because it means you should be able to get your... what did I say? You should be able to get your kits in before Thanksgiving, because you can never trust shipping on American Thanksgiving. Well, I mean, it's all relative, right? So it's possible that from her point of view, they might be expensive. Okay, let's start with putting this one to the side because I've partially used it. And we'll see what we can do about affording to upgrade some of these ones that are not used yet. 4. Excellent. Oh, that's what I want to do. Take this, this, that. What's this? 5? Okay. 3. That's okay. That's okay. Sometimes it's a matter of actually being expensive to them based on their current budget, and sometimes it can be just on principle. And there may be more to it than simply that it's $1 and she thinks it's expensive kind of thing. Oh, whoops, wrong order. It may be more than that. It's also possible that it could be a subtle hint to try and suggest that she thinks you're too old for Lego. That sounds silly, but my grandma used to do the same thing. Okay, so at least we've got efficiency 3 picks. Yeah, that sounds about right. It happens in our house too. Totally happens in our house too. Okay. Oh, well that would explain why, yeah. Trying to figure out why the guys had not stayed up, and of course they've gone to bed. Trying to figure out who did that song. I was looking at my now playing thing and realizing that just looks really weird. Okay, what have I got? Am I hiding any books? Oh, exactly. Yeah, if it makes you happy. Isn't there a song about that? It makes you happy that it can't be that bad? I guess I could put mending on them, but that's kind of a waste. Book touch. Oh, wait a minute. I need a book person first. Dude? Oh, nope, you're not my bookshelf guy. You have a bookshelf guy who's not a piece of something else? What are you? Are you any good for anything? Not particularly, no. Yeah. You, my fine friend, are right, and yet reality always seems to have some other need for it. There we go. Alright. I'm fairly certain I'm not going to have the XP for this, but I'm just curious how much it's going to cost. What's this? Efficiency 2. Oops, wrong way. 4. Okay, the Speed Champion sets, I would say, are a little bit different, only in that Speed Champion sets tend to be collector's edition items intentionally. And Lego's no fool. They know people will pay for it. But, yeah. I mean, things like the Titanic, there's a limit to how much they can or charge for that, just because, yes, it is a one-off, as in they're not going to have a series. Different people said, they'd like to see the Bismarck and a few other famous ships, maybe like the Lusitania or something like that. But it's just not going to happen, right? We're not fools. However, that said, yeah, sure, why not? Emeralds are cheap. That said, can't think. Well, exactly. Alright, there's 17. No worries at all. I find this whole, emeralds for enchanting bottles rather dumb. But that's just because it's just a stupid system. Efficiency, okay, I need this one and that one. Yeah, and Silk Touch was for later, so I have 1 extra. Perfect. Right there. Efficiency 2. Silk Touch. I know sometimes it's nice to have a non-Silk Touch pick once in a blue moon, but I've got myself into so much trouble without them. Yeah, that's gonna be the challenge. That's one of the things is, Lego can only sell them for so much simply because of the fact that at some point they're just too big for the price. Next question is where you're going to put all the stuff that used to be on your dresser. Right. Yeah, I'm slowly running out of space in my office to display my Lego. I shouldn't say slowly, I technically have. And then the sofa table beside me where I used to do the Lego builds is now far too messy. I need to tidy that up. Well, sometimes it takes one to know one in terms of how much mess things can be. Okay, Okay, actually, let's just put this back. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a great build. It's one of those ones I would love to have, though I have no reason to have it, nor the storage for it. But I actually love it. Which reminds me, actually, if you, for people who like to see the inside of places like the Titanic, there's a really neat YouTuber by the name of Jared Owen who does computer-generated exploded designs of what, I should say exploded, but like cutaways and stuff. And he has just in the last week done the Titanic from the inside, so that's kind of cool that he's done that. For Fantastic Shock Fox's edification, there's a bell, so if I need any bells to make my big bell actually sound like something, I can probably redstone in one or two of the regular ones, and we'll see if we can get ourselves sort of a door building with it. Because the big one won't actually be able to move. Yeah, Jared Owen. Yep, that's the one. He does a lot of cutaways and stuff of various different things, or how stuff works. And it's pretty neat to watch, to see some of his vids. But yeah, just this week I saw one that he had done for the Titanic. Worth checking out, for sure. So, kind of funny, I mean, our a mutual friend, I guess you could say, Dadcraft73, does some really cool stuff when it comes to, or like not cool stuff, but I mean, he's got his 3D printing hobby that he picked up from watching other streamers. That would make the assumption you know Hotel Benson is. But we're noting that... Oops, I can't even think straight today. Not the TTS in my ear, it's that... I just can't think. Yeah, Lego Eiffel Tower would be kind of cool. One of the other ones I saw that was on the Ideas site, and I don't know if they're going to make it into a real set, or maybe they have and I just haven't paid attention, it would be the Lego Leaning Tower of Pisa. But the interesting thing about that would be how they would figure out how to do the ballast so that your model wouldn't fall over. Because it's definitely one that would look good in Lego. But if they don't figure out how to counterbalance the thing, it could be quite a mess quite easily. You know, imagine knocking that off your counter. That would just be depressing in the extreme. Okay, let's see if we can get more of this. What I'm looking for here is I want to pick up a few more pickaxes just before we go so that I can maybe get those up to level 4, the ones that we had. So I'm looking forward to seeing how things turn out there. Nice. That sounds great. Yeah, totally. Totally save those for after Christmas, a $50 gift card. We've got points, but I have no idea how many. I had one account and they keep warning me that the points are going to expire, but I can't actually, I don't have enough to do anything with. Like, I could maybe get coloring sheets, and I really don't need coloring sheets. Not something that someone my age needs. But, you know, I can't really do much with it, and as far as I know, I can't transfer the points to Fantastic Shock Fox, who has a different VIP account. Because he does actually all the shopping. Oh yeah, for sure. So I'm assuming then you're probably going to keep all the instructions and keep the box and so on, even though you've built the project. Because that seems to be the key these days, is to keep everything. And one of these days I'll take a hunt through a few of the brick sites and see if I can piece together one of my missing sets. We were gifted a kit from friends that are... Oh, I can't talk straight. Sorry, give me a second, just gonna grab some coffee.
Hello. Hello?
Wow, you don't want to know how long I've been muted for. Yeah, you don't want to know how long I've been muted for. Do you remember when I took a drink of coffee? That was me. Quite a long... No. I'm glad you let me know, Zerk. It's okay. So I've been going on and on about theater sports. No, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Well, the other funny part was... Well, the other funny part was that I had boo-booed and not turned on the captions as well, so it wouldn't have helped anybody. That's another one, is as much as I hate captions, I've noticed a couple of streamers where when they go mute and I think that they've muted, I'll turn on the whatchamacallums, the captions, just so that I can figure out if they're still talking. But yeah. Sometimes boo-boos happen. Okay. And I get myself turned around. Level. Let's go in through here. I've been here, can you tell? Okay. Yeah, it's not worth going through that one. Go all the way down to the end. We're just about out of this pick anyway. Oh, I've been there. Okay. So there's lava lake on this end, lava lake on the other end. We're really not batting 1,000 today, are we? It's going to be... Yep. Alrighty, let's get that one out of the road. Two. Yay! Okay. Just throw a torch down here so we don't have too much trouble. I haven't been here. Yippee skippy. Oh, so far. So, basically I was going on about the fact that, that Thursday with our scout troop is... Ooh! Yeah! Score! Thursday with our scout troop is going to be theater sports night. I love theater sports, and the reason... And then... Well, I got 4. That works. I got 4 pieces. Let's see what else is around. Anything? Nope, looks like it's just quartz around it. Aw, man. So our theater sports, the reason I've started theater sports with our scout troop is that they're supposed to be doing sketches. Sketch comedy style skits at our campfires when we do camp and stuff like that. But our youth are absolutely dreadful at them. They spent time pledging allegiance to the Lorax from Dr. Seuss. They decided they were going to have they called it a cult, but I mean kids in their goofiness. In this case really was just artificial goofiness. But they pledged allegiance to the Lorax and then to the whole, whatever they meant by that. I'm not particularly sure. But yeah, it got kind of dumb real fast. So we figured, okay, well, being as they can't seem to put up quality skits, but we still needed stuff for our campfires, then I started bringing in playing theater sports games, and they quite liked it. So when we were asking the youth what it is they wanted to do for a while, because at our troop level, of course, they get to plan what activities they want for their meetings, and they said that they wanted to do theater sports. So I said I wasn't going to argue with that, and bring it on. So that's what we're doing for Thursday. I'm hoping to get some interesting ones going. I mean, we played with our cubs. We played theater sports last night, and they're a younger set, so we totally had problems with them understanding some of them. I am definitely repeating myself, so if you heard this, I do apologize. But the cubs didn't have any clue about some of the games. So one of them we were playing was attempted to be a the original name was Disabled Fairy Tale, but we're not really supposed to say that anymore. But the idea was they chose a fairy tale, and then, or like the youth suggested a fairy tale to the actors, and then the actors start their scene like they're just gonna play out a fairy tale. I'm that exciting. Woohoo! ASMR. I mean, I do get hyper-focused on games, and so sometimes I really don't actually say anything because I'm getting distracted or super focused or whatever. Anyway, that's okay. It happens. It happens. I'm here now. So, these guys had a... Thanks, Lyric. I appreciate that a lot. Anyway, so... I might as well retell the story that I was telling while I was muted because... Why not, right? Why not? Opportunity strikes. So these youth were trying to act out the two that they worked on. The first time they were doing, I think they did Jack and the Beanstalk, except the disabilities that the characters had were things like Jack's mother turned out to have a bad sense of smell. I don't know why the kids thought that was reasonable, but yeah, they did. And then they decided for another. Oh, just do a whole bunch of stuff over here. So they decided. Yeah, apparently that was a disability. Hey, Benson. Good to see you.
Oh, hello there.
I'm gonna have to put a border around the text on that, because when the white text is coming up, it's just not working. So, where am I here? This one. And these. And that. Not bad. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, 6 months has flown by. Though it didn't pop up, so I don't know if it's an issue at my end or not. Surprise! When would Lyric not claim to be first? Aha! Took it a while. Woohoo! And you can see I got the little pop-up sticks there, so I'm pleased with that. Yeah, Lyric was very sure to claim that one just to make sure that nobody else could. And I can't blame him. Oh, let's just stink out of here. Going to be another bit. I was up to 2 once. Wow, that's just a little bit of fireworks. Cool. Congratulations. Don't think I've seen that much firework for a while. Really? Can I get over this? There we go. Suck up some leftovers. Ah! Today I would not be surprised, in all honesty. You missed the, unless you were lurking, you missed the fact that I stayed muted for a rather ridiculously long time, and nobody mentioned anything. Which is all well and good. It's their prerogative, they can do that. But, yeah. Embarrassing. To say the least. Let's just leave that one here for now. Alright. Get myself back here. And keep on going. So I was telling a story about theater sports, and these kids were trying to do, Jack and the Beanstalk, and so they had things like their mother... Jack's mother, apparently... Aw, why thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very, very much. Which I will actually refresh in just a moment on the slight change to the schedules that'll be coming up. But just before I do, I'll finish off the story only because otherwise I'll start at the beginning again, and we really don't need that one. So... These guys are trying to do fairy tales, and then each of the characters has a disability, was the idea. So normally you think about somebody having, the suggestion that I gave, or example I gave to my son when I was explaining it, he's in the older section, so they might come up on Thursday, but the suggestion I gave him as an example was, say for example, you've got Pinocchio, and maybe Geppetto is the... Ooh, why thank you very much, I really do appreciate that. Congratulations, Lyric. Welcome back. So, the... You guys are an awesome family. I think you're amazing, and you're so welcome to be here. Everyone's welcome in here, but you guys just sometimes make me laugh, and I love it. Laugh in a good way, by the way. You cheer me up. So the example I gave was Pinocchio, but what if you're trying to tell the traditional Pinocchio tale, and then when people freeze the game and give the suggestions of what disabilities the characters have, what if Geppetto, the carpenter who made Pinocchio, you find out that actually he's one-armed? You know, so he's only got one arm, and you kind of go, well, how did you make Pinocchio? Well, you got to figure that out. Yay! So the kids doing Jack and the Beanstalk, when we asked for suggestions on what the disabilities were, we ended up... That I could see. Oh, which reminds me. I will actually probably need to get my behind in gear and figure out... actually, I shouldn't say figure out. Work harder at trying to nail down what the look of the stream is in terms of... Oh, apparently I hit the bottom. Okay. In terms of feel, like look and feel for emotes, because I have unlocked the next... Oh, okay. I have unlocked the next set of emotes, which basically means that I have one more emote slot available for subscribers, and I have another animated emote slot available as well. So I need to try and figure out what my theme is and actually put it all together so we can get some proper emotes going. Up to this point, I've been picking ones that I really liked that were available, I guess. That's probably the way to put it. But I would like to actually get some proper ones that are more for us. And I just haven't, because I don't really know what the theme is. Ouch. Oh. So those of you that have been watching some of the other streams that were recommended recently may have seen this pop up, but we have now the ability to see if this works. Whoa, whoops, not caps. I'll wait till the Champion Hill's over, because that doesn't make any sense when doing it on top of the Champion of the Hill. While we're doing that, so just finishing up the tail end of the story, because I know it's getting long. Anyways, suffice to say, the kids didn't get it. So they ended up with suggesting disabilities like, as I said, Jack's mom had a bad sense of smell. Jack himself was blind. The giant up at the top of the beanstalk had a poor sense of taste. And the harpist was tone deaf. Which I would give him credit for the whole tone deaf part. And actually, I think she was just deaf. That's how they played it. And then the goose who lays the golden eggs, they decided that the goose was actually had a toothache. So we converted that to a beak ache, because of course no teeth on a goose. But that's as far as they got, and it didn't quite make sense. Wow. I have to see what the tips are, because I'm not really sure what that is. The one with the tips. Yes. Obviously, Fantastic Chocolate Fox figures it out. For some reason, I'm a little thick this morning. Maybe it's one of those, needs coffee to drink coffee and understand the world. Oh, yes. If it works correctly, that thing will probably auto-disappear on the screen after about 5 minutes, and that's just a new twist to encourage people popping in to run the command and make it come up again. So we don't have to change it. But if you guys do come up with some new ones, like if anybody does go, oh hey, this would be a neat concept, feel free to drop an exclamation point add QOTD, and that will just add one to the list, so that when it comes up for more, or when we ask for a new one, we have some fresh material in there, because I think some of these may actually be rotating around and seeing them again. So the change I was mentioning earlier is I've been quite interested in watching a bunch of various other streamers who were playing Vault Hunters, which is a type of modded Minecraft from Java, and I was really, really intrigued by it. But what was stopping me from trying the game was the fact that in the version a lot of them played, you had to have completed vanilla fully before you could even start playing the modded. It just, that was a requirement because you had to be able to have, it was Purper and something else. Maybe it's Purper that you needed, and then just having a Elytra was super useful. I can't recall. But you definitely needed Purper to make the frame and the table and whatever to even start running vaults. And that was a definite, potential blocker for me. So while I was slowly convincing myself I was just going to have to do it, and I don't like running through a game that way, it's not as much fun. They have announced that a new version of Vault Hunters is coming out. It's supposed to release this weekend, and so some of the other people or streamers had actually managed to complete their season of Vault Hunters by making it to the end. So they actually pushed hard, make sure that they could complete the previous version before the new one dropped, because they wanted to upgrade their servers to the new version. But the new version is based on 1.18 generation, therefore it won't allow them to upgrade their old worlds to work with it. So they were going to have to start from scratch. Now the nice part about that is the new version, with the 1.18 generation, there's been quite a significant overhaul to the game. Wow, let's see, what was it? Would you rather lose all your money and valuables or all the pictures you've ever taken? Oh, add a quote. Would you rather tickle a monkey or ride an elephant? That's kind of cool. So that's a question of the day. So she's got that one added. Sorry, Benson's added that one to the list. And then at some point, when we do new question of the day, then that one will pop up randomly. I love it. So yeah, whoops, new server and everything with Vault Hunters. So basically, the modded game has been overhauled in quite a significant way. Biggest one that's relevant to us is that I would no longer have to play the vanilla game out from scratch in order to be able to play the modded Vault Hunters. Like I said, I can actually jump into vaults as soon as I get the materials for the vault, which in this case, or for the altar to make the crystals that'll open the vault. And that's significant because they've changed what's required to make that as well. You need one of their special ores. They've made, whoa, okay, that's the end of that, bro. You need one of their special ores to make the table, but that's not a big deal. I'm just gonna break through the wall. Break on through to the other side. There we go. 1, 2, 3, oh. Okay, that's probably why I didn't go that far. Alrighty. 1, 2. I go here. Yeah, there we go. But by doing so, anyways, I don't have to do that. And the nice part about that is I thought, okay, well, I could run a solo game, but it's always fun to be able to run these things either with other people, or if you get really stuck, to have other people on the server who can just give you a pointer or two and say, oh yeah, you weren't thinking of this or that or whatever else. And so I've applied and been accepted to a server run by the community with firepower. And that's not going to replace the vanilla Minecraft, even though I'm poking at it. Definitely not going to replace the vanilla Minecraft for me, but that will probably replace the evening slot to start with on whatever Wednesdays, and may end up superseding the zoo early morning slot as well, but we'll see, because I'm enjoying the zoo for sanity purposes. I'm just really, really liking that one. So I might just keep doing that in the morning, because it makes better ASMR to have like cutesy stuff in the background for people. I do recognize that the slots I usually stream at are not the world's most conducive to viewership, and that's not the point, as we talked about more than once. So, yeah. But I also recognize that while I'm excited to play this new style, it also works in my favor because that's how I've met most of you, was via Minecraft, and so in essence, to some extent, I'm heading a little bit more back to my roots, I guess you could say, because I did play some Minecraft Pocket Edition on the tablet, on iPad, when I first started playing, but in terms of really cutting my teeth into Minecraft big time, it was when I got Java Minecraft for the PC, purposely to be able to mod it right away and more or less learn how to play Minecraft via playing modded SevTech. Dadcraft has played SevTech, and if you are not familiar with that mod pack, feel free to dig back and watch some of his YouTube videos. They're really neat. He's a little grumpy about it at times, but most of the time he's does fairly well, makes some pretty good progress in most of his episodes quite quickly, so it gives you a good feel for how that particular game operates, or that particular mod pack operates. But I miss modded, so Vault Hunters is for me a fresh new take on modded, so I think I'm going to try that. And that way it would be my break from vanilla would be the Vault Hunters stuff. And yeah, that's the long and the short of it. I know I repeated myself a couple times, so you guys have heard that before. But I'm excited, if you can't tell. I would announce the name of the server, but as of last night before I went to bed, they were still suggesting names for the server because apparently they wanted to change the name. I don't remember what it was previously, but there's all kinds of Vault Hunter puns going on. I got no reaction whatsoever, neither positive nor negative, to my suggestion of revolting. And but I mean, I haven't checked yet this morning to find out what's that. There are a bunch of other really nice suggestions made, so you know, not everything has to be directly bad puns. I mean, I think they might have called the last one something like Limitless, but that might be that community's vanilla server. I really can't recall. So yeah, that's the story. I'm sticking to it, and I'm not muted. Hee 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 hee. All right. Now the why we are here in the vaults in the Nether is as you can see. Oops, wrong one. You can see I need a little bit of something for my boots, and I don't have anything for my tools. But also I needed the Nether gold ore. I mean, I could go to our gold farm, but why bother? I mean, it's To Do Tuesday, which I've set aside for the little grindy things that I don't get time to do otherwise. Sort of, well, the random to-dos, right? And also, the projects we're going to be doing with the gold is the projects. Wow, grammar. Apparently, grammar's lost on me today. The project, singular, is the church that I've built. Does not have a bell there's no bell in the belfry, and if anybody's willing to trap one, I could use a bat as well, because there's plenty of bats in my belfry. Oh, that's dumb. Here. Let's put one there. That'll do. But yeah, that's what I wanted the gold for, is to be able to come up with it. I had 26 blocks of gold, but that's not going to... I'm fairly certain that's not going to be enough. I thought it was just going to be very touch and go. So rather than having to be economical... Yay! When was it you said you got the day off? Because I would assume it's not today. So that'll be interesting to try and find enough space to build. Nice! I guess you do have time. Does that mean that that thou shalt disappear and start opening boxes? How much self-control? Ooh, meanie. Although, in all honesty, I would do it too. because we've got some interesting big changes coming up, and I also have some of my own Lego backlogged. This week's, so tomorrow's evening slot, Vault Hunters is not ready yet. It comes out this weekend if it doesn't get delayed. So instead, I've been having an itch to do Lego, so the evening slot tomorrow will be just a bit of a Lego binge. I haven't decided which set yet. It might be Hogwarts Hospital. I can't remember what else I've got. Or it could be Serious Rescue, like with Buckbeak and so forth. But yeah, I've been itching for some Lego build. And unfortunately, the 5-minute breaks were not necessarily scratching that itch, so I'd still want to finish that off. But we haven't had a reason to have one on stream, because of course with the time shift, you would think that the server server reboots would have shifted as well, but they don't. I mean, it's computers for you, right? It's X number of hours, so technically it's still counting X number of hours since last reboot, which that didn't change even though the clocks roll back. That sounds weird, but it makes sense in my head somehow. Anyway, so it means that the server reboots just before I log in to start for the stream. Therefore, we don't need to have a Lego break in the middle. I mean, I guess we could say, darn, that's too bad. Or it could be yippee skippy, depending on your point of view. So, yeah. A bit more of a concerted thing, which does remind me then that when we're done here, you know, even if you guys do choose to stick around with the raid to whoever we raid out to afterwards, and all the bending as he has to lift each heavy bag up onto the table once he opens the box. So, ooh, yay, nice. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do to think. The Lego breaks, they're okay, you know, but now they're back to being exclusively a redemption, which is fine by me. I'm okay with that. I miss them, but you know, it's important. Oh, I can imagine that. That's only half of what I had to be able to do when I worked for a garden center, so I totally get that. Excuse me just a second, I've got quite an itch. I will be right back. There we go. 'Tis the weather season for the air to get dry in my office here. And I've also got some micro dust allergies and stuff, so as everybody does, it's just the whole seasonal shifting things around HVAC wise. I reorganized my office on the weekend, so if the sound is a little different, I do apologize. Hopefully it's for the better, but yeah. I was very offset on my desk, and it meant that I was kind of scrunching over to one end. So I've moved things around again. And it just meant that I had to readjust all the mics and everything else as a result of the move. Alright. Where am I going? This way? Let's hope I don't have lava right there. Nope. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So where I was going with this was... Oh! If you choose not, or whether you choose to stick around when we raid or not, I highly recommend that everybody take the chance for a stretch. You know, just to give themselves a bit of a, remove the kinks, remove the crunches, that sort of thing. Just in that little shoulder crunch I just did now, I've got about 3 or 4 snaps out. So, it's one of those things. I don't do a big, long, you know, yoga style, snappity snap of absolutely everything and roll this and roll that on camera like LamuPie does. I keep thinking I should, but I do take the time in between to do a nice good big solid stretch, and I think you should too, because we were often using that period for like when we did the Lego breaks to be able to have everybody stretch, get up, get a drink, refresh themselves, whatever, if Lego wasn't your thing. And so those opportunities are still there, but I do recommend everybody do that so nobody ends up stiff. Okay. That's not what I wanted. This. There we go. But yeah. Well, I remember at one point Zerk was apologizing for having influenced when the servers reboot, and he was sorry that it was in the middle of my stream, but I didn't have a problem with it then. I still don't have a problem with the fact that it's shifted, so it's all good one way or the other. Because it provides an opportunity for me to shift as well. Lets me know what people were actually interested in. There we go. Yay! 1, 2. Right now I'm getting lots of gravel. Not like it's one of those things that everybody needed. But it's always welcome to have more materials of any sort. I do kind of wish we had a compressor in default vanilla Minecraft. And the reason I wish we had a compressor was that it would be really nice if we could, you know, turn, you're turning, there we go. Stuff into other stuff. Yes, that's the word. Good grief. Let's put these up there. 1 and 2. I'm gonna have a whole box of that. It would be nice. There we go. Let's risk just a little bit. But yeah, if we could actually do something more with the gravel other than just simply concrete, you must have sand. Which means if I was to do concrete, I would need another trip out to the sand place again. But it would just be nice to be able to do that. I mean, gravel, one of those things where you could theoretically compress it into something else. Like, I don't know, maybe make it into some format of cobblestone or something like that. But that's wishful thinking. We don't really need to do anything with it. And I always laugh, though, when you end up with mods that do allow you to compress stuff. They call it compressed whatever. It's like, you can break everything down, but we end up with compressed gravel blocks. I'm like, really? What does that do? Oh, it just compresses gravel for storage. Oh, okay. Sure. Functional. One of the other reasons I like modded is sometimes you get really neat blocks that do interesting things for you, but often you'll get a bunch of ones. Probably. Yep, thank you. I probably am up plenty too high. I have absolutely no idea what the best level is for whatchamacallit in the debris in the Nether anymore. I'm probably plenty too high. Probably should be, you know, like down there on the floor where those other tunnels were. When I just needed mats, it was less critical, but it would be nice. So yeah, I probably should have looked it up. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, and all that jazz, right? As long as I don't end up with lava, we're good. Oh good. Well then fine, I'll stay right here. Speaking of which, y equals 14 is good for ancient debris, is it? Cinnamon buns ahoy! Zerk the ancient debris manifester. I like that. See, Zerk, I think you're my lucky charm today. Alright. Nice. Well, so Zerk actually would be a good person to ask. You've been here through these sort of different styles. I mean, everything from me being Grouchy Pants through to where we are now. But where I was going with that was in a technical sense. When we first started, I was trying to scramble with reading chat just on my second monitor, as a lot of players do. And I was finding I was missing stuff because I mentally have blinders when I go from one monitor to the next. So then, Zerk, you were also here when I switched to having an on-screen chat that I could see. It wasn't the same one that you guys were seeing, but it was see-through. Ooh, nice. Whereas it see-through, double nice. Or should I say triple nice, maybe? But I had a see-through chat for myself just so that I wouldn't miss everything. But the problem with that one was that the bot is ruddy noisy, and unfortunately the program I found did not allow me to filter out names. It only allowed me to whitelist names. So that would be kind of dumb because I'll never know who all to whitelist, and yeah, it was a stupid system. So 3, that's an odd number, obviously. I mean, it's an unusual number. But where I went after that is now, I use the chat on... Interesting. Where did I go? I got myself turned around here. There we go. But now I use the chat on my other monitor for the text reference part, but I also have a text-to-speech that's in my ears. So I'm not missing as much of what people say, but I'm still learning to get used to having that there and being able to talk over it is actually the key, because you guys aren't hearing it. So I had it I tried a couple of streams, I think one in particular, where I had the text-to-speech going to everybody for all messages, and that was not, yeah. It wasn't that I didn't like it per se, it was, a couple people said it was really weird, so I turned that off because I realized the streamers that I watched that were doing that, they've stopped. Yeah, that's it. I noticed, one of the people that used to do that was, oh shoot, what's his name? Well, no, I can't remember what his name was. But anyway, I guess it wasn't relevant to the story. But I noticed that even the people I used to watch don't do that anymore. Let's go this way. There we go. I've gone down a row. All right. That says a lot, but whatever. Consistency is not necessarily key, apparently. So yeah, I turned that off for the viewers, but I've got that in my own ear, and hopefully it's not got too much delay on it. There will be some, I'm well aware of that. But just have to see how well that works, I guess, because it's working well for me, because then I can respond to it and just keep on playing. In the same way I used to do when I had it on screen, but at least I don't have to read it, I can just keep on playing. So yeah, just one of those things that I'm always trying something new to see if there's a comfortable space. Excellent. Well then for now I'll stick with it, because I like the way that it works. It just feels strange I have to remember that I can talk over it. So sometimes there'll be... Whoa, whoops. There'll be the odd stuttering, starting, and stopping if something comes up that I'm trying to listen to. Right. That works for me. If it works for you, it works for me. But, I don't know how it would affect the, like, highlight my message. It still right now highlights. It doesn't actually add it to the text-to-speech engine just because that would... Yay! So one can blame it on lag, right? Lag, lag, lag! That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's when I stop mid-sentence that I think is probably the most noticeable. But I do that anyways, whether or not I'm listening to something, so it's not always the case. But good to hear, because that way, the text-to-speech thing, I've told it to ignore the bot, so that the bot's not talking in my ear. And so that there will be definitely lags there when I have to catch up on something the bot said, like, who was the winner of the Champion of the Hill? You know? I mean, there's also a couple of new pieces I've put in this one. Whee! That guy's... that's a thing now. There's exclamation point drop. It'll drop your username with a cool little... it's a little character of some sort. And, let's see what's the other one I've got. Just for kicks. These may not stay, but I hope if they're interesting to people, they might. And then this one... oh, that didn't work too well on that screen. Helps if I'm not looking at something super dark. So basically, it's a plinko game. Yep. There you go. Those things that are somewhat self-monitoring. So the plinko one we can actually also, well, both of them, as mods, they can queue you can queue the plinko. So it actually is rather literally, it's exclamation point Q, Q-U-E-U-E, unfortunately. Lovely little spellings. And then that queues it all up so that everybody who wants to get on it does exclamation point plinko, and then when you start it, then it has everybody go at once. Otherwise, they can drop individually, and I think it resets every, like, about a minute after it finishes the previous game. But at the moment, there's no prizes or anything for having won or got to the center. So at the plinko, the goal is to get to the star, and then the drop one will get you into the water bin. Now, I think that one's supposed to disappear after a minute. But I think it's possible I might have set it longer, so I'll have to check on that one. That one's full. I need this one, and I need the toolbox. Yeah, it's just something a little different, right? It's a way of getting yourself on the screen without necessarily being heavy on the personal advertisement side of it. I think it's really cool. There's another one I saw with little guys that run around on the bottom of the screen, but I discovered that was covering far too much of what was going on. In terms of, like, I guess you could say hotbars and maps and, you know, all those other random things that people may or may not care about. Yay! Congratulations! So I can actually have it set up so that if you actually get in the pool, it does something, but I don't have any additional points set up yet. Just I hadn't figured out what to do with it, so I figured I would just leave it as is. Okay, what else? Things got only 5 more minutes. I'll throw that up there because I just be able to put everything away. This one, that one, this and that. There we go. Just leave it all up. 1, 2. This one away. And, oh, what did I pull? Okay, good. Make sure I didn't pull my expensive one. Or should I say my favorite one, the lovely gifted pickaxe. And apparently I'm running myself out of torches. Interesting. I didn't even realize it was doing that. Yeah, those are just a couple little fun things. The Champion of the Hill will still stay. I was looking at another game that was similar to Champion of the Hill, but unfortunately, it didn't operate quite the way that it was supposed to, and I think that might have something to do with the way OBS has changed. I'm not fully sure. But yeah, those are just something a little cute, a little different. We've got ourselves, there's 11 debris. It would be nice to get one more, but I have a suspicion probably not in the next 5 minutes. You know, we can try manifesting it all we like, but I don't think it's likely. That's okay. So we've got a bunch of gold, and that should, between that and the 26 blocks I've got back at base, should be enough to get ourselves a bell. So I think on Thursday we'll be working on putting a bell in the bell tower. And if we get through that one, that's a big if, then we can look at starting the bottom of the bust for Oro. I know that we won't have enough, but we'll at least get a move on, and maybe that will make more show up. I don't know. The other thing I'm looking at doing is trying to decide where I want to extend my mine to for the copper, because I really don't want to go all over, I guess. There's nothing much I really need in the mine. Pardon me. There's nothing much I really need in the mines in the overworld. And as you guys are well aware, I'm not a fan of caving. Oh! Okay, end of the line. So, yeah. A few different things changing in minor ways. Just experimenting and seeing what feels good, right? Okay. Which way? This way. Oh. Oh! Oops. Sorry. Ah! No, I want this. Thank you. That was a bit of a fail. That should get me close enough I can plug this hole. Maybe. Maybe not. Hello. I can't plug that hole. Okay. I guess plug in the hole there. What about this one? Can I plug it there? Come on. Out. And I guess I went a little further. Oh well. Did I not go through the wall there? I'm going to bet you. Oh, no, guess not. Yeah, I'm all over the place apparently. Nice and all over the place. Whee! Yeah, that was kind of a fun one. So that's one that I don't know. One of the things that I've seen people do with it, though they haven't done the same welcome screen, is I can have people welcomed as they pop up on the screen, first words and stuff. But the other thing I might do is I could switch it over to these little drop guys, or just add both, or skip it and just leave it as it is. So that's just something I'm looking at for down the road. But yeah, the manual drops are just a little bit of fun. I like the little wee noise it makes. It goes, wee! 3, 2, 1. We have sub 5 minutes. All right. So just... Oh! Missed it by that much. I think I need the sound for that as well. I think that would be a good one to put in with this. The new little dropping boats. Or the plinko thing. Totally. Rim shot. Yeah, definitely when it bounces off the rim, or... Is that your goal for the day, Zerk? Okay, so just to recap, we will be playing bingo tonight. That's the plan. And then tomorrow morning will probably still be zoo as usual. And then tomorrow evening will be Lego. And I say morning and evening because in my time zone, the first stream is in the morning. 4, 3, 2. This is addictive. Once you get in here, it's kind of addictive to keep going. Let's turn ourselves around. There we go. I'm not styling. I think I better zoom out of this. There we go. And oh no. Now we can use that. So you'll see me using T a lot, and that was why I was throwing things repeatedly when I was doing the puzzle thing, is because T over there does something completely different. But that's where we're going to pause for just a sec. I'm actually going to take you towards the... Yeah, let's go towards the end screen, intentionally, just before we read out. Whee! And let's make this live. Exactly, so we've got everybody there, and I'm going to, just before we go, because I can, Q-U-E-U-E, this should correctly, cross my fingers. There. So plinkos are now queued, so if everybody puts an exclamation point, P-L-I-N-K-O, then that'll get us in there. And we can now, and anybody who wants to be in there. And then just before we read out, we will have one last drop, and we'll all drop at once. Or, sorry, a plinko, and we'll all go at once. So just the two of us. Let's see who was up for visiting today. Assuming things are accurate, let's just double check this. No problem. Yeah, my streams would not be what they are without chat. I mean, I can stream to nobody, or I can stream to like Fantastic Sherlock Fox while he's on a meeting, but it's much more fun when you guys are able to be here. So I think I'm debating, but I think we're gonna go visit Axonym because he's working in Minecraft, but he's building an escape room puzzle in Minecraft. So I think that's probably the best. Oh, actually, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to visit Axonym today. There's someone we haven't raided before, and somebody a little different. Alrighty. So just as we do that, I am just going to... You got it! Ooh! I'm going to say rigged! Rigged! So thanks everybody for that one, and we will go and visit Axonym as usual. Give him our best. If you've got access to the raid emotes, go right ahead and copy that phrase with the hype sheet. And if you don't, feel free to use the public pickaxe version or any emotes that you feel is your thing. So I wish you all the best and have yourselves a great day.
Transfer complete.